They're not real. Total props.
So what's the myth?
Well, these are part of our next myth, which is a Hollywood myth. Picture a group of intrepid heroes fighting evil adversaries when into their midst flies a live grenade. Guess what happens next?
Well, I would say no doubt the hero actor jumps on a grenade, thus protecting the rest of the people.
Exactly right. That's the myth we want to test. Will jumping on a grenade actually save those around you?
It's another explosive tall tale from Tinseltown. The director calls action, and our stuntman hero steps up to put his body on the line. Some special effects later, and although he's out of a job, the rest of the cast have miraculously survived.
So what do you think our plan is?
Well, why don't we start by making a human analog?
Out of ballistics media for our hero?
Yeah, and we'll set off some grenades, both with and without our hero diving on them.
All right. You know, we're also going to need an objective way of assessing the blast damage, both with and without the hero on the grenade.
And just for fun, why don't we try some other ways of suppressing grenade blasts?
That's great. Let's do it.
First up, this movie myth needs a star who'll be willing to go to ground on a grenade. No one's volunteering, so Adam begins bodybuilding.
Normally when we want to do a human analog on the show, we use ballistics gelatin or animal carcasses. This stuff we've used it on a few myths. It's still relatively new to us. It's a different kind of ballistic media, also based on animal protein, like ballistics gelatin. However, it's much more stable at room temperature.
While the catering on this film set may be gloopy at best, the boys have ensured the dummy will be fattened up.
There are several things about this dummy that bear noting. The first is that it weighs the same as an adult male because it's about the same size as an adult male, and it has the same density in terms of the ballistics material that we use and human flesh. So it should be perfect for our test.
So we need a way to gauge the damage caused both with and without a hero grenade diver. So Jamie and I have come up with this. A set of these guys. These will be our plywood actors standing in for our movie band of brothers. They will be standing around where the grenade is happening, and we'll try one control without anyone jumping on it, see what kind of damage they take, and for take two, we'll put somebody jumping on the grenade and see what kind of damage they take then.
So the cutout cast is ready for action. Now all they need is the perfect location. Jamie and Adam are testing the movie myth that diving onto a grenade will smother the blast and save your buddies. But with the neighbors likely to gripe about a grenade going off in the backyard, the team head for one of their favorite spots.
When you want to blow up grenades, you've got to go to a place where they blow up grenades. Like the Alameda County Sheriff's Department's bomb range. That's where we are here.
This place is a veritable MythBuster mecca. Tori, Grant, and Carrie came here to blow up their pants.
Those are exploding pants.
And Jamie and Adam
You gonna paint your house with explosives?
had a little TNT party of their own.
Get your pirate face on! We're about to shoot some cannons!
And in the Pirate Special, Redbeard and Captain Hyneman tested the myth that cannonball splinters are more deadly than the cannonball. But this time, the guys are going gung-ho with grenades, and the MythBusters turn to some old friends, Frank Doyle and J.D. Nelson, for the crucial explosive ingredients.
All right, so what do we got?
Okay.
So if I pull the pin on one of these things, it's going to go off, right?
No, Jamie, these are inert. We wouldn't trust Adam near the live ones. But first, Adam can't resist testing a mini-myth.
So the thing I've always wondered is, can you really pull these out with your teeth?
It works in the movies, but how about real life?
Ow. No, I don't think so.
Why would you do this when you had a perfectly good finger right over here?
It requires over 10 pounds of pressure to pull a grenade pin. So this myth is busted, a bit like Adam's teeth. Seeing as Jamie and Adam's expertise in this field comes from the movies, why don't we start with a little Grenades 101.
Now, what the heck are all these things?
A hand grenade is basically a small handheld explosive device. It's meant to be thrown, and after a certain delay,
it goes off.
And this is how they work. As everyone knows, the pin comes out first. That releases the striker lever, which hits the percussion cap, and that sets off the chemical fuse. Finally, the detonator sparks the packed explosive material. There's a big boom, and the metal casing fragments into deadly shrapnel.
So, if the M67 is going to be our grenade today, do we get to pull the pin and throw them?
Well, we won't be doing that today for safety reasons. We'll have a very controlled situation, and I think it's a good time for JD and myself to go and prepare the actual grenades that we're going to use today.
So while control freaks Frank and JD set up a remote firing system,
Let's start assembly lining this thing.
it's time to call for our movie extras. But our leading man can kick back in his trailer, as this test is the control.
We are going to detonate one of our grenades without anything inhibiting it. We're going to see what it does to our figures standing around it. Then we'll have a baseline comparison of damage to compare all the other subsequent tests to.
As the director of this slice of movie mayhem, Adam choreographs his stuntmen.
I am standing on the exact location where we're going to be detonating our series of grenade tests. The grenade is lethal within 15 feet and can cause injuries within 40 to 45 feet.
The actors are placed at 5-foot intervals from the blast epicenter. And with everyone poised for action, JD brings the small package with the big boom.
Okay, here it is.
Well, it goes right where that cone is.
Okay.
With the live grenade in position, our experts clear the area and begin their preparation.
We're going to be putting a blasting cap into the body of the grenade, into the explosive, running it by hardwire all the way back to the fire control point where we will do the button pushing and initiate the explosion.
With the cameras ready to roll, Jamie and Adam hunker down in the bunker. And with the system hot,
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
they call action.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh. That was pretty solid.
That
was
was.
a nice, like, macho thunk.
That really was.
Whoa. And speaking of macho, the action actors look like they just shrugged off a grenade blast. But a closer look at the guy at 5 feet reveals the frightening truth.
The telling part is look at the backside.
Wow. Little tiny fragments going all the way through the plywood.
Yep, the fake blood department would have its hands full. But how about wooden actor number 2? Well, he was 10 feet away, and his part in this movie is over.
Right through the lung or the heart or something.
Yeah, anything up in this K5 area like this, they're in real hurt city.
And the body count for this scene continues to rise when they examine extra number 3.
Jamie, check it out, man. Same thing on number 3.
Yep,
One there, one there, one there. Down there, down there.
up there.
The 4th casualty was one of the cameras. And this piece of plexiglass, which was protecting a second camera, gives a further illustration of the lethal power of grenade shrapnel.
Hey, Adam,
Yeah.
check this out. This is actually more revealing than the dummies in some ways. This was a brand spanking clean thing. I just stripped it before we put it in. And, you know, on the dummies, we can kind of see a lot of little flecks, but look at all of them here. They're just like dozens of tiny things.
And each of those could potentially travel inches into your body.
Well, Frank says that these are going like, 24,000 feet per second, even though they're minuscule.
That's like 10 times the speed of a bullet.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Like, they may be smaller than birdshot even, but they're going like several times as fast. A shotgun only is like, 900 feet per second or so.
That's terrifying.
This is exactly the kind of thing I'm interested in. I wanted to see here. In the first place, the blast itself was somehow more powerful than some of the blasts that we've seen before in the sense that it was a real like thunk. You could feel it in the ground. It was like guttural and like a real, wasn't a pop or anything or a big like that. It was a bang.
I have a recommendation for how we proceed. Let's write down on the backs of the figures exactly how many hits all the way through that we got on each one. Then I'll spray paint them black again.
Okay.
So when we go for the next test, we'll be able to count clean again, and we'll see if there's a drop in them.
So after the first take, 3 of our actors have more holes in them than a bad B-grade plot. The question now is, will there be fewer fatalities when our movie star takes a dive? In the myth of the Hollywood hand grenade hero, Adam and Jamie are having a blast. A control test minus our Superman savior left 3 extras looking for work.
One there, one there, one there. Down there, down there.
Up there.
Now it's time for take 2, and our heroes straight out of Central Casting.
Hey guys, look out! A grenade has landed near you.
That's
Allow
about good.
me to be your savior. You got the back?
Uh-huh.
This is our hero right here, and it should provide a fantastic testing medium to show what kind of resistance the body will provide to the fragmentation from a grenade and how much it'll protect your buddies standing around you. Well, all of our figures are ready to go, so all that's left is to lay the charge. We'll clear out and wait for your guys ready to go.
It won't take very long. We're all set.
Excellent.
Our leading man is laid on the grenade, his body and the myth on the line. If his 3 supporting actors survive, this tall tale will be confirmed.
It's worth pausing for a second to talk about the origin of the word grenade.
Well, sure. It comes from the French word for pomegranate, which is grenade.
Does a grenade look anything like a pomegranate?
Well, not now, but in the early days they were larger. They were about the same size as a pomegranate, and they were filled with shot that was very similar to pomegranate seeds.
Oh, cool.
Well, this is it. Hollywood on trial once again. Now, if the movies are to be believed, our hero stuntman has to absorb the full impact of the grenade. He has to save all his mates. In 3, 2, 1.
That was brutal.
Well, one thing's for sure, there'll be no happy ending for this celluloid savior.
He did not have a good day. He was a hero.
Yep, our hero's role has been cut short, but did his selfless act save the cast of cutouts?
There's a significant chunk out of the front here, but out of the back, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just 4. That's it.
So wooden actor number 1 took 10 fewer hits than the control blast. But how bad were the splinters?
This injury right here is very telling because what it shows us is that while it looks like a lot here, we look around on the backside and there's not a mark. In the previous test, without anything over the grenade at all, if we saw a hole in the front, we saw a hole in the back. So it's clearly slowing down the velocity of the projectiles coming off of the grenade.
And the guy at 10 feet?
Well, heck. Look at that.
I don't see a single one.
This looks like he might have really saved his buddies here.
There's no doubt about it. This movie myth is looking confirmed.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I'm pretty amazed. I wasn't expecting to see such a definitive result. Of the 8 figures we had standing around here, when our hero jumped on the grenade, only his buddy who was 5 feet away, buddy number 1, sustained any real damage. And most of that was to his legs. Buddies number 2 and 3 are effectively unscathed, as are 4 through 8.
So the rest of the cast survived. Unfortunately, our action hero from now on will only be able to play bit parts. Adam and Jamie have been blown away by the results of a movie myth.
This looks like he might have really saved his buddies here.
But the director hasn't called wrap yet. The guys have a couple more Hollywood hero techniques to test.
So what's next?
Well, I'm thinking about this other Hollywood scenario I've seen where the hero doesn't dive on the grenade, he actually throws it into a bucket of water to protect those around him.
Well, it makes sense to me, and it's easy to test. I mean, get a bucket of water, drop a grenade in it, see what happens.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out if it actually dampens the grenade blast or actually makes it worse or does nothing at all.
Well, we have played around with explosives in water before. Remember on another Hollywood myth, we tried to open a safe by filling it with water and setting off an explosive. And it transmitted the energy quite well. It was very effective, but I don't know what it'll do with a bucket.
Wow! That worked beautifully!
Well, let's give it a shot.
Back at the range, Adam and Jamie have rigged the live grenade and dunked it in a bucket of water. The question is, will this hand grenade hero technique actually dampen the blast? Or is it another example of Hollywood screenwriters rewriting the laws of physics?
Based on what I know, I think this may well be our best technique of all the ones that we try, because we know that water resists things moving through it at high speed. And you know, these particles that are being sent out are really quite small. So, you know, I think the water may even be especially effective at slowing them down.
In 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Dude, that was incredible. Is that part of our bucket? That's the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, the bucket of water definitely kicked the bucket. But the crew is looking in pretty good shape. Compared to the control test, the shrapnel damage seems superficial. Until they take a good look at this guy.
Yeah, that's the first one we've seen through somebody's head.
Which causes Adam to leap to a hasty conclusion.
So yeah, strangely, it's looking to me like jumping on a grenade is still best, and the bucket of water is kind of terrible.
But Jamie gives that theory a bucketing.
Actually, I kind of disagree about this one, because all of the previous ones required that our hero be close to the actual grenade when it went off. If we've got a bucket of water, we drop it in the water. This greatly reduced the total number of hits, greater than anything that we've done, and your hero might survive it. In the water safe story, the water turned out to be more efficient at transferring the blast pressure. But in this case, we're more interested in the frag from the grenade casing, and the fact is that the water reduced the total amount of frag hits. So that means that the blast was marginally more survivable.
So when it comes to saving your friends from an exploding grenade, the bucket approach really does hold water. And so to our final hand grenade hero technique.
It's a grenade. Get rid of it.
In this tall tale on TV, our hero attempts to blunt the blast by dropping the ticking time bomb in cold storage. To replicate that small screen scene, the first thing they'll need is a fridge.
What does it smell like, man? What did you keep in here?
It smells like old food, I think. We need to spray it with bleach inside.
No. We're gonna clean it out with a grenade.
Luckily, Shop General Terry is having a clear out, and his old beer fridge could really do with being put out of its misery. So once again, it's back to the range, this time for some gratuitous destruction of kitchen appliances. All in the name of science, of course.
There's stuff in there. The beer.
The fridge is in position.
If you caught any diseases from here, you can cure yourself with the penicillin right here.
And our cutout cast gather around as the bomb team rig the grenade inside the fridge, just like the film clip.
Given what we've seen so far from all the tests, I actually think this fridge has got a better chance than anything else of saving everybody in the vicinity of that grenade. There's big steel wall, you have an air chamber in there, you've got plastic, you've got fiberglass lining, and there's just a lot of stuff in the way of all that fragmentation. I don't think this fridge will be anything but destroyed when we're done.
But saving the fridge isn't the myth. Will it suppress the blast and save the hero?
In 3, 2, 1.
The replay shows the silhouettes chilling out around the fridge, wondering what's for dinner. What else? Bangers and smash.
Yeah, something tells me that this is maybe not the best of the options. What do you think?
Wow. Oh man, it's pretty clear here. That's the two places you don't want to be standing are either in front or behind the fridge, but on the side is just fine.
The key position is the actor directly in front. As per the film clip, our hero runs away from the fridge and ducks down square on to the door. And as the high-speed camera shows, that ain't exactly the best idea.
You didn't fare too well with the Battle of the Refrigerator.
No, number 7 is totally gone. If you're thinking that a refrigerator is going to contain a grenade, you're totally wrong. I'm sitting on the evidence.
But Adam, that's what you thought. With predictions as poor as that, we'd better let Jamie wrap this one up.
Out of all the options that we had, this was clearly the worst idea. When you think about it, it makes sense. You've got a lot of metal there to create shrapnel. You don't have a lot of mass to resist it. You've got foam and other lightweight things, and it's awfully messy as well. So how did Hollywood, with its typical tenuous connection with reality, fare with this myth?
Surprisingly well. It turns out jumping on a grenade does quite well at limiting the grenade's frag.
And the bucket of water didn't do so bad either.
Yeah, of all the ones we tested, I'd have to say putting a grenade into a refrigerator should be left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. So how are we going to wrap this up?
Well, we have to say that jumping on a grenade is confirmed. Amazingly, we've gone after a Hollywood myth that ain't a myth at all.
Okay, it's confirmed.
All right, so this pirate myth comes mostly from Hollywood. And this is where the pirate is in the crow's nest. He needs to get down to the deck of the ship. To get down quickly, he stabs his knife into the sail and rides it down safely.
Douglas Fairbanks, that's senior, not junior, demonstrates the perfect swashbuckling technique. Knife in, and down ye go in a controlled slide, landing smoothly on the deck, ready to fight another battle.
All right, knife sail, let's define the myth.
Okay. I think you should ride the sail all the way down to the bottom without falling out.
And once you reach the deck, you should have so little injury that you can jump up and continue fighting.
All right, so I guess the next step is we go talk to some experts, find out what kind of knives and what kind of sails that these pirates would have been using.
I think that's a perfect place to start.
Great. Nope. Mutant.
That's the plan. But this myth is in need of nautical knowledge. And for that, our landlubbers board the remodeled 1880s clipper, the Balclutha.
We don't really know anything about pirate sails, so we found a guy who does.
And Chris Giannini is the man at the pointy end of the questions.
So I hear that you are an expert on sails of different periods.
Not an expert. I have worked on some square rig ships over the years, and I've worked with some of the two of the best sail makers in the country on brief periods of time. So more modern sails, but I'm pretty familiar with some techniques of building sails and working with them.
We classify expert as someone who knows more than us, which is pretty much there's experts all over the place.
Okay, Chris, so the myth that we're looking into right now is like in the pirate movies where the pirate takes his sword, stabs it into the sail, and then rides it all the way down. Have you ever seen that? You think it's possible?
I've heard of that, and hopefully the sailmaker is not at the bottom of that sail because he wouldn't make it past the deck.
Sailmaker be damned. There's a myth that needs exploring. It's time to get practical and see how easy it is to slice a sail with a knife.
Snag. Oh, there we go, okay.
Like a hot knife through butter. But there's a catch. There's always a catch.
You see, these reef bands,
yeah.
There's going to be 1 or 2 or maybe up to 4, depending on the sail you're trying to come down with your knife.
Horizontally?
They're coming down. This is the top of the sail this way.
Okay. So you would hit this.
Then you're coming down, and then you have to go through the reef band.
Yeah, you're going to get stuck on these.
You're going to get stuck on that, and there might be 2, there might be 4 of those, and you're talking about the thickness of the canvas plus the folded over edge.
Right.
So that's, you're going to have twice the thickness, 3 times the thickness of that canvas. So now you're talking 3 pennies thick of canvas. It's about like thin plywood, like 1/8-inch plywood.
It might decelerate you, though.
It would slow you down.
But it might break your hand. I mean, if you're coming down that fast and you hit one of these seams, it's going to pop the knife right out of your hand.
So sails be more than just a flap of canvas. Ye old reef bands make this myth more of a challenge.
I think we got lucky. We got a lot of information here.
Yeah, we got a lead on the type of sail to use, this type of material.
So I guess the next thing we need to do is get all the materials and take it back to the shop and test this.
All right. Thanks
a lot.
Chris.
Welcome. My pleasure.
Can ye trusty dagger in a sail slow down a plummeting pirate? That's the question Carrie, Grant, and Tori are attempting to answer. So far, they've boarded the good ship Balclutha and plundered her for knowledge, and this myth won't be plain sailing.
So as it turns out, it's not so easy to do this. There are variations in the thickness of the sail, sharpness of the blade, and the angle at which you hold the blade can make a huge difference.
All right, so maybe before we go risking our lives and trying to ride down a sail with a knife, we should do some more tests so we can get some better data.
So let's set up a test where we can use a period knife and cut through a period sail, but maybe make the knife static and run the cloth past it. That way we can take out the human element.
We can test the different sharpnesses of blades and find out what the optimum sharpness is so that you get down the sail safely.
So it's sail slicing 101, and Tori is the man with a plan.
All right, so what we're trying to replicate is a person stabbing a sail, riding down it with a knife. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna be pulling the sail up. And so in order to do that, we need at least the average man's weight to pull that sail up.
Okay, dude. 200 pounds of pure pirate action. Okay. Got it? Be careful, you're gonna blow out your O-ring.
That's heavy.
It's a simple build. The knife will be locked off and a run of thick canvas pulled past it using a dead weight drum. A good knife should have little trouble, but which knife would a pirate use? There's an old pirate saying, keep your blade sharp, you're packing plentiful.
I hate this stuff. Why do people pack with this stuff?
So these are cutlasses?
I believe they are.
Are they covered?
I don't know.
Oh.
Whoa.
Avasti! Arr, you scurvy dog!
Sheath those cutlasses, boys. There's more knives in play for this myth, but ye can only choose one.
Whoa!
Nice!
That's cool.
Sweet.
3 knives have been delivered to test the thrust and parry of this sail sliding myth. A cutlass, too long. A Gurkha dagger, not too many pirates in landlocked Nepal. So it's this stabbing knife, known as the mangosh. It's not only an authentic period piece, it's the same type used by our swashbuckling Hollywood hero.
All right, so, with this whole myth, it's really important to see how much speed the knife is gonna slow you down. If you're going too fast and you hit the deck of the ship, you're gonna break your ankles. That's not good. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna see how fast the knife is actually slowing the sail down.
Remember, the pirate has to land safely on the deck after his knife-assisted fall. And these 2 tests with a dull and sharp knife should indicate the relative speeds of each drop.
Test 1, mangosh knife, 90-degree angle, unsharpened. You ready? Beautiful.
Wow.
Actually, as the replays show, things didn't go quite to plan.
Well, from our first test, we got a few kinks that we have to work out. Our knife turned and the sail billowed out. So to remedy both of those problems, we have angled the knife downward a little bit, and we've also added something to hold the sail from flopping out as it raises up into the air.
A little sail trimming and the dull blade is once again locked and loaded.
Okay, new and improved test 1, dull blade, cotton swatch, and it is the mangosh blade speed test.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Cool, we got a good test.
Nice.
The blunt knife at the altered angle sliced just fine. Now for a comparison with the sharper blade. A quick once-over on the grinder and we'll see if fastidious pirates have a better chance of pulling off this myth.
Test 2, sharp blade, mangosh.
In 3, 2, 1.
That's a lot faster.
Beauty.
Our last test comparing the sharp man gauche knife to the dull one, definitely the sharp one is a lot faster. So I wouldn't want to be relying on that to get me down a sail safely, because you just shoot all the way down and probably end up pretty hurt at the bottom.
So the sharper the knife, the faster the fall. And the faster the fall, the heavier the landing. Now it's time to find out if our fall guy could hang on to the knife.
Dude, that's a hot combo. The well-dressed pirate is definitely going to be wearing that this fall.
Okay, I'm ready for battle.
That doesn't look dorky at all.
Dorky. Now there's a pirate name. The locked-off dull and sharp blades both cut through the cloth easily. But could a person, even a dorky one, hold the blade?
Tori's sharp blade man gauche test.
In 3, 2, 1.
I don't know why you guys are so worried.
That didn't look hard.
It didn't look hard at all, because it wasn't.
Looks like there's some hope for this myth. This might be a good way to get down from your sail.
Okay, so now we know with a 200-pound counterweight, a period knife will cut through number 4 sail fabric.
And dull knife goes slower, sharp knife goes faster.
And we also know that a human can hold onto a knife and cut through a sail.
Okay, so I think next we need to ramp it up and see if a 200-pound weight attached to a falling knife will actually cut the sail.
I think Buster's just about that weight, and probably the man for the job.
Buster is about to enter the pirate business.
That's beautiful.
Tackling a tall ship tail from Tinseltown is Cary, Grant, and Tori. They're asking, can you slide down from a topmast by slicing the sail? So far, they've selected their knife, tested its sail shearing abilities through plain canvas, and they know our fall guy can hang on to the blade.
All right, what are we doing?
What we're doing, Tori, is taking this test to the next level by introducing full-length sails with cross seams, known on the high seas as reef bands. On the good ship Balclutha, we found a pirate sail could have as many as 4 of these cross seams, and that could be a problem.
This definitely changes what the knife's gonna do when it goes down the sail. When you hit these reef bands, it could just like throw you out.
So the knife has to be sharp enough to get through these thick seams. But as the guys found out in the earlier tests, too sharp, and the slide down the sail becomes a free fall.
So we're all ready to go. Buster's ready. He's got his hands that are gonna hold the knife at any angle. Hopefully he'll hold on to the knife. We have our sail hanging from the ceiling, and it's at a height that would be roughly to what a pirate ship would be. So that way we could see when he lands on the deck what kind of injuries he's gonna sustain. So all we have to do now is hoist him up to the quick release, stick his knife in the sail, and let him go.
Pride normally goes before a fall, but on MythBusters, Grant jumps in for some mathematical injury calculation.
So I'm marking out our sail in 1-foot increments, and what we're going to do is use the high-speed camera to film Buster as he rides the knife down. We're counting the number of frames, that'll give us a velocity. What we know is 25 feet per second is the threshold of minor injury. So if you're a pirate landing on a deck, you'll probably be able to get up and walk away and fight other pirates. 50 feet per second is the threshold of major injury, which means possibly it'll be fatal.
So because the myth is about our hero being able to walk away, we're looking for a speed below 25 feet per second. Buster's first ride will be with a sharpened blade.
Full scale Buster test 2 reef bands sharp knife in 3, 2, 1.
I don't think that worked very well. What do you think?
I don't think I want to use a sharp knife. Dang, he hit hard.
Look at that. It sliced right through him. It didn't even pause at the reef bands.
Too sharp, too fast, too bad for Buster. And the numbers from the high speed confirm it. At over 25 feet per second, Buster would definitely have been busted up.
So I think we probably ought to think about maybe dulling the knife a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, the solution is to blunt the blade and try to slow the fall. Call it, Cary.
Full weight of Buster on the main gauche blade, which is dull, with the reef bands on the sail.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Too dull.
What Carrie's trying to say is Buster's dull knife hit a snag and he fell from grace with a resounding thud. The solution is a knife that's sharp enough to cut the reef bands, yet dull enough to slow our fall guy's fall to a safe speed. But who's going to wield the knife? It's obvious that Buster's a bit of a stiff, and our mythical swashbuckler knows how to absorb a fall, something Buster never picked up at stunt school. So for the best chance of success, we need to inject some humanity into this myth.
Well, let's find a safe way to do this, and then one of us, and by us, I mean you, can go up and try this out.
Twist my arm.
All right.
Tori gets the blade ready for the final human on sale test. Not too sharp, not too dull.
Either way, I'm screwed.
When using a knife to slide down sails, it's not the fall that'll kill you, it's the sudden stop. And Buster sucks at landing. This myth needs a dummy that can act like a person.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do it.
Not it.
Seeing as Tori's the class clown, we're taking this myth to the circus. You know, high trapeze, nets, all that safety stuff. And if you cast your minds back, Carrie, Grant, and Tori have been to trapeze arts before. That time, they wanted to see if a swing can spin a full 360 degrees.
You're almost there!
Carrie, Tori's about to attempt a life-threatening stunt. Carrie, you're just not taking this seriously, are you? Before this myth turns into a circus, thank you, Carrie, that's quite enough. Tori gets the lowdown on his knife-wielding fall from trapeze trainer Eric Braun.
The net is good to handle someone my size hitting the net from above the frame.
So no matter what, we're gonna be safe.
No matter what, you won't hit the ground.
But no. I said no matter what, we're gonna be safe.
The biggest risk of injury is one part of your body hitting another part of your body. The most common instance of that is your knee hitting your nose.
Ooh!
Okay, it's happened before. My sister broke her nose in like 14 places.
Cool.
You know, with her knees hitting
try,
her face in the trampoline.
I'll try to avoid that if I can.
When Buster tried this trick, it looked more damaging than a knee to a nose. And with the sail set to the same Buster-busting height, Tori is banking on his partially sharpened knife to slow his fall and cut through the reef bands.
All right, so what I'm about to do is climb up to the top of the sail. We're gonna do a free fall test without the knife, just to get a control on my speed. I'm a little nervous because I'm not really sure how I'm gonna land. I just don't wanna smash my face into my knees. If I can avoid that, I'll be cool.
This first drop will be a knifeless test run. Then we'll stick the knife in and slide this myth home.
Full-scale Tori test. This one's the control free fall.
3, 2, 1.
That was great.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
How much of that was free fall and how much of that was you stopping him?
Well, it felt like a lot of it was free fall.
Totally good form. You were right next to the sail the whole time. You had your pretend knife in it, and I mean, it couldn't have been any better.
At falling down, Tori's done good. But would he have survived the fall to fight another day?
Actually, it's not bad. I mean, he is just falling straight down. He's not freaking out or anything.
That's really good form. Now, here's...
Pirates don't freak out.
Well, you might. Pirates don't.
Right.
Okay, here's the good news. The good news is that your velocity at the very end is 25 feet per second. It's a little bit slower than, you know, physics predicts, but I think it's still...
It's really close to a free fall.
And yeah, and what that means is if the net weren't there, you would be breaking both legs and in very bad shape.
Oh, good thing for the net.
So, free fall equals broken legs. The question is, will thrusting a knife into the sail slow down Pirate Tori enough to prove this myth?
My biggest concern now is holding onto the knife. Could a pirate hold onto the knife, cutting through the sail, hitting those reef bands, and not letting go? That's what I need to concentrate on right now.
Tori, yeah. You want to put the safety on?
Oh. Sure.
Okay. Okay, here you go, Tori.
Safely secured, Tori takes to the rigging. His knife of choice, the not too dull, not too sharp Mangoche.
Full scale pirate sail test. Tori, free fall with the knife, sharp.
Okay, call it when you're ready.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, that was crazy. As soon as I hit that reef band, the knife just popped right out.
So the reef bands threw him off. But if the knife was any sharper, he'd have fallen too fast to walk away uninjured. But Tori ain't given up yet.
What I'd like to do is try it one more time. Just move over a little bit on the sail, now that I know what it feels like, and just see if I can keep that angle, because the first few feet of fall, it felt like I was being slowed down by the knife.
So tenacious Tori gets one final attempt.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Dang it.
But the result was exactly the same. It seems that a knife dull enough to get you down at a safe speed won't slice through the reef bands.
So you hung on to the knife, but it was just that force that
that just popped me out. So it wasn't like it popped the knife out of my hand. It just pushed the knife up, and then I fell out of the sail.
Well, that's a huge difference between you and Buster, is the fact that he had the death grip and everything was tightened and there was no way his wrist was going to go back. That is a normal human reaction.
So Tori, ready to call this one?
Cutting a knife through the sail, it's way too hard. I mean, as soon as I hit that reef band, the angle of my knife changed and my knife popped out, I fell.
We had a full live person doing this with a sharp knife in a life-size sail with reef bands. You couldn't really get more realistic than that.
I'm a little disappointed.
I know.
I just don't think the human wrist is strong enough to hold that angle.
Plus, in a historically accurate sail, you'd have to get to not 1, but 2 reef bands, and each of those has a variation of sail material of 1 to 3 layers, to 2 layers, back to 3, and then to 1.
Well, and not only that, I mean, in a real-life situation, you're going to have your knife just sharp enough to make it through the reef bands, but just dull enough to decelerate you. I mean, when is that really going to happen?
Only in the movies.
I think this one's busted.
I think this one's triple busted.
Busted.